Now let's move on to the third. Raymond, where are you? Are you a Toastmaster, Mr. Raymond Mapalad? Is he Toastmaster?
I'm working on it.
Soon to be,
Oh,
soon to be.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Raymond, so I'll be, I won't be gentle. Okay, no, I'm just joking. Okay, Sir Raymond Mapalad, why do we fall? No, that's a Batman quote that you're tasked to expound on. I'd like to commend on your powerful speech, a powerful delivery. You have the voice, you have the confidence to to make us visualize what you wanted to say, and you revealed your knowledge in movies when you elaborated even the sequel or whatever it is that happened with Batman. You're very knowledgeable on that, and I think it made you a very relatable public speaker. I would like to help you improve your impromptu speaking skills by first working on your background, sir. The shorts in the background is quite distracting. Maybe you will just remember that this is a public speaking arena, and your stage will be your background and your space. So even if it's just a very small background, let's us always strive to present the background of a public speaker. And you tend to, I'm not sure if you have noticed it upon yourself, you tend to clasp your hand and put that in your mouth whenever you're speaking or thinking for the flow or the next word that you're going to say. I am putting that on the table so that you will be made aware of these mannerisms that tend to distract from whatever you are saying. Other than that, I think you're in good hands here with President Patricia and the rest of the group. Will be able to learn more, and they will be able to assist you in learning more of the public speaking skills, and you have the confidence, you have the vocabulary and the continence, and I think you're a very powerful public speaker. Now let's move on to this is labor. The fourth table topic speaker is Nulfred Torres. Am I saying it right?
Yes,
Nulfred.
correct.
Hi, Nulfred.
Hello.
Are you a Toastmaster, sir?
Not yet.
Not
Soon.
yet. Oh, I thought
Soon.
you're already a Toastmaster because I'd like to congratulate you for sharing with us a piece of you that enabled us to know you a little bit better. And of course, you enhanced all of us as well when you talked about relationships in times of pandemic. I can relate to that because my husband is not here and we're supposed to be there. So it's really a challenge to keep the relationships intact during this time. But you started and ended a relationship during a quarantine period. While your story may not resonate the ending that everyone here may be cheering you for, but I know that in you, you were able to learn something, to really know yourself well, and thank you for sharing those insights to us. How can I help you, sir? I think there are two things here. Okay. Number one, please move back. Number one, when you're delivering a speech, it should be a tight shot. Tight shot meaning there are only 2 inches here and half of your body is being shown. And that is the proper way to position yourself in the camera like that. And I'd like you to use more vocal variety. You are delivering a very emotional speech. Take us to the highs and lows of being in that particular relationship, having that relationship in a quarantine and challenging time and ending it as well. And lift us up again by knowing, sharing with us your lessons that you have gained for yourself and sharing it to your audience as well. And I think you are better off with the Toastmasters arena to practice more insightful speeches. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Soon to
Thank you.
be PM, Nulfred. Now let's move to Miss Hania, our overseas guests. Are you Toastmaster, Miss Hania?
Not yet. It's the first time today.
This is your first time, so you're not yet a
Yes.
Toastmaster, do I get it right?
Yes, she's
No.
my friend. She's a guest.
Yes, but I will join the group as well.
Soon.
Well, that's the beauty
Soon.
of the virtual setting that we have right now. It's seamless, it's global, and it knows no boundaries.
Yes.
I'm touched by the way you spoke with such emotion, and I can feel that Stephen Hawking has been one of your go-to whenever you have to lift yourself up. And there should be no boundaries to human behavior endeavor. Especially, you were able to resonate the feelings or the general energy of people during this time of pandemic. And then you also said about don't lose hope. Now, that's really a good thing to point at this time, especially we have been beaten by this COVID news each day, and your message of hope and continuously endeavoring to be better is a good one. And how can I help you deliver speeches in a more impressive way? I think you should, I feel you can use more vocal variety. You tend to be flat in areas that show emotion, and you can use your voice, the high and low and the pitches and the rate. You can play with it. Actually, you have a good speaking voice, and I think you can capitalize on it, on how you can evoke the audience feelings and what you're trying to tell them. But I think other than that, you are really an impressive speaker, and I would like to see you deliver more and longer speeches with Toastmasters. And last, okay, this is already hard labor. Sixth, the sixth one, let's go to our President, Patricia.
Thank you very much. It was very nice.
Yes, thank you. Thank
I
you,
know
Miss
about
Nadia.
my voice. I would like to, I don't know if you, the masters, because in your observations, you are talking about body language, you are talking about background, you are talking about camera, you are, because it's everything, and also the content, the structure of the content. I don't know also if in other sessions you review these tools, because I guess it's important. Also the gestic when Jude was talking like this, yes, very emotional, but actually it's something that people have to control with the hands, not too much. And Angela Merkel in Germany is placing the hands like this, for example, because it's the way that she's not closing to her, but she's controlling herself. It's very well known, this gesture. If we can review something like this to learn, because, well, this is the idea behind, isn't it?
Yes, thank you so much for that. For the new Toastmasters or those that are guests right now, President Patricia, allow me to shed a little light. As evaluators, we do evaluate based on content, organization, and delivery. So those are the structures that we follow because we wanted to be part of the growth and contribute something to our Toastmasters here and guests as well. So let's go back to the evaluation of our President Patricia. Let me put on gallery view first. Okay. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around in a while, you're gonna miss it. Okay, it's very similar to stop and smell the flowers. Okay. You were able to deliver a prep type of speech and said, I agree. That is very convictive and very impactful opening. I like how eloquent you were in the structure of your speech. You were good in the focus and the flow. What do I mean by that? You focused on the things that we might miss if we are so busy doing what we have to do for every day. And you went into specifics. You said smell the bitterness of coffee. I know you're very fond of coffee because I follow you in Facebook, and I know you continuously post about coffee. You drink your coffee, you smell the aroma, the sweetness, and say thank you. And you finish with a call to action. You say smile and share your love with everyone. Greet your loved ones because you don't want to miss this little things that make life a little bit better. So how can I help you to in your speech? In your future speech, you may want to avoid, well, this is very normal with your ages, the upspeaking. So you tend to like end your sentences in a rising intonation, which denotes a question. So maybe you will try to arrest yourself for that. I'd like to hear you deliver more conviction into it. I think it deviates from the conviction that you wanted to convey. The gravity of your sentence is somewhat diminished by the rising intonation whenever you close a sentence with upspeak. And I'd like to see more eye contact. I see that your camera is the position somewhat lower. This is in my radio program, this is really my fault. I have to spend some time moving myself like that so that the cameraman will be satisfied on how I position myself. Maybe you can try to prop it up with some books so we can see you and we can immediately connect with you. You have very good countenance. I like how you prepared with your boom boom earrings. You're so prepared for this for this meeting, the hair flip. It's just that maybe the swivel chair can be somewhat distracting when you talk. When you move like that and the hair and the chair is swiveling, it can also distract the audience and might take us away from what you really want to tell us. I love this. I said it already, but I'll say it again. I love how you call to action in the ending of your speech. Other than that, I think you delivered a very good speech, and I'd love to hear more of them, longer, maybe longer, in future speeches with your Toastmaster arena. Back to you. And for the, sorry, one more, sorry, the table topic master. First time to meet all of you guys, and okay, that is really, let me see, let me consult first. For our table topic master course, not related to Patricia. Okay, forget that. I love how you started with the theme and the effort that you have infused into choosing the quotes and the movies. No? And I love how you made your presentations very relatable to everyone in the audience. I'd like to congratulate you also. It will take really some effort into deciphering those quotes, okay, and putting them on a slide. And that is indeed a good effort on your part. I'd like to recommend a few things. Now, first is I'd like you to stress the speech patterns. For example, you have new here. We have Luan and Loren, and we have Denise and Hania and new Fred. And Sir Mapalad, nawala na siya. There. I'd like you to stress the different or enumerate the different speech patterns so that they'll have an idea on how to organize their speech and maybe provide a sample. In some meetings that we've attended, or maybe you can adapt it as well. I don't know if President Patricia will be open to that, but you can focus on one, especially for if you have many newbies in your group. Memorizing IDA, SMG, prep, and past, present, future may be difficult for each. So maybe you would like to recommend just one speech pattern and have them have a sample so they can work on organize their speech better. I would like to, actually that's it. And aside from this, I'd like to see, no, I would encourage you to briefly introduce your table topic speaker so that the evaluator and the audience as well will know and will establish our expectations. So I know that, oh, this one is not yet a Toastmaster, and we will establish the parameters on how we're going to extract what we have to get from their speech. Other than that, I think you work cohesively with the team and the group, and I congratulate you for that. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Porsche Maliksi. Back to you, Miss General Evaluator AD Tzarina.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Joyce. Time to drink water. Okay. All right, everybody. I want to give a disclaimer for Toastmaster Joyce. If you notice, her evaluations were pretty technical. How to look at the camera, how to work your little frame, how far your chair would be, your seat would be, the chairs that you're sitting. You see, and I think she has mentioned it already, Joyce is a radio broadcaster for DW Inquirer. Tama ba yung station ko? Inquirer. Okay,
Yes,
and so even us in MSAT, we learn a lot from her because diba, radyo na, TV pa. Pero I know that's another station. But it means we have the radio already online. So we learn a lot of how to work the camera, work that little frame when it comes to gestures. At the end of the day, Joyce is only saying that our gestures should be intentional. When you raise your hand, there's a purpose. When you clench your fist, there's a purpose. Okay? I love what our guest, Hanya, has taught us about the hands of Angela Merkel. I've seen it as well. This is what you call, and this is a little learning for everybody, this is what you call steepling hands. When a person is doing like this is your body language, it means she's listening. But once the hands go down, it means they're ready to talk. And so the control of Angela Merkel is because she's going to speak already, and she's trying to process what she's going to say and what she's not going to say. So there's a lot of control. So that's called steepling hands. That's your body language lesson for the day. Toastmaster Joyce, I love that you said good points and you taught us all about the technicalities. Let me just give you some things to recommend. You congratulated our guest, Newfred, for his speech about being open and being vulnerable. And then you said, oh, it's just like me because my husband we're here and he's there. So I'm going to ask you to disclose where the husband is, because you can say where he is. You can say, we're here in the Philippines and he's overseas. When you say he's here and he's there, I'm like, okay, are you just one room away and you're already you already miss him terribly. Okay, so be vulnerable as well when you give that particular evaluation. Also, I love that you do encouraging words. That is the point of Toastmasters, to encourage all our guests to come and join us. Because at the end of the day, we will grow together. That's what President Patricia wants for her club. Also, President Joyce, since Toastmaster Porsche Maliksi did not discuss the speech patterns, it's very hard to evaluate the speaker, especially the guest, when you say, oh, I love that you use the prep pattern. The guest wouldn't know because there was no pattern discussed. So maybe you can structure your evaluation in such a way that maybe you can explain what the pattern is. Okay? But other than that, good job, Toastmaster Joyce. I just have a very, very few words for some of the speakers. Denise, don't apologize. If you make a mistake, just go, girl. You can do it. Don't apologize. Don't say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, this is a safe environment. And so we are here to learn. So don't apologize, okay? Newfred, Patricia, you better get Newfred as a member because he's your table topics guy. Okay? I love the voice,
I think
Newfred. I
so. I
love it.
think so.
Okay. From
Yeah.
one table topics contestant to another, Newfred, good job, really. Okay? So that's it for table topics.